Hello everyone, this is Clausius and I'm back with another tutorial for Zerg. So today we're going to talk about Banelings and upgrades. And I will have to make this video a bit quick simply because I have to go to work soon and I didn't have a lot of time today, and I'm trying to make a video for this channel and my other channel like every day. So I'm trying to make sure I get at least one video a day. And so this is that video. So I'm going to try my best to get this done before work, but let's go ahead and get started. So pretty much with Banelings in upgrades is we're going to start adding on gas, and we're going to start with our basic upgrades for Zerglings and getting Banelings. Now Banelings are kind of a special unit, kind of cool. Banelings are basically what Zerglings morph into. And Banelings are really cool because you could actually, I've actually won some games at like the silver level with nothing but Banelings, just making a crap ton of them. And Banelings basically are an exploding unit, kind of like a kamikaze unit, that simply runs into stuff and explodes, which is very useful for doing AoE damage. So let's go ahead and put this one back here. Alright, and get Overlord. Overlord go down here. So we're going to make our little splody things and get our AoE damage and see how much damage we can do that. Now, when you can get into their base, if you can get some Banelings into their mineral lines, it can do massive economical damage. So do not undervalue Banelings for their AoE damage. Yes, they blow up and destroy themselves, but they can do some massive damage if you let them. So let's go ahead, messing that up a little bit, talking and not making stuff. I need shift, not control. That, and you come down here. Yeah. So what we're going to do is our normal spawning pool first, just for static defense. Some players might think you're rushing, but it's fine. We just want that for defense. What? Why didn't you come down here? Why didn't you come down here? You guys saw that I did it, right? Did I mess it up? Whatever. Alright, but after you build the hatchery, we're going to get our gas. The gas will be important for our upgrades out of the spawning pool and to create our Banelings. Okay. Some drones. Oh crap, I needed one Overlord. So here you can see once we get to 100 gas, we're going to get Metabolic Boost, which is speed for Zerglings. So it's basically like Speedlings. So here, get 3 on gas and make a queen and start making some Zerglings for defense. Alright, and that is 15 out of 16, so that's good enough. Let's just move that over here. Alright, make another thing. Zerglings, second queen. And once this one finishes, that'll make a queen. And we're at 40 gas. Alright, watch. Send one right there and one right there. Let's go ahead and start making... Where's that Overlord? I swear I made the Overlord, guys. I swear I made the Overlord. I guess I didn't. I thought I did. I swear I tried to make the Overlord. I just didn't do it. Alright, move that down here. You guys, attack right there, shift click, and attack right there. Alright, make a queen. Make some Zergling, or make some drones. Let's get one over here, just so I can see if anything's coming, and then one right here on the high ground, so that way you can see stuff. And there. Where's my other queen? Okay, it's coming. Alright. Drones. Near the Overlord. Alright, so we're going to work our way up to our third base, and I do have the gas now. I'm getting so far behind trying to do this. You can tell, I don't know if you can tell, guys, but Zerg, clearly not my main. Not my main. Alright, let's get our third base. I have a lot of fun with Zerg, and I really enjoy playing it, but it is definitely not my main. Alright, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and get 2 more gas over here. I like to do it over there because I don't like touching all these drones until it starts lowering number. Once it does, I'll do that. Alright, let's get that. 32 out of 44, 2 Overlords, and a bunch of drones.
We require more minerals.
Right here. Add that. Zerglings there. No expansion. So I'm going to make just one round of Zerglings because there's no expansion, so I'm worried about. So if he has it, if he doesn't have an expansion, where's his money going? Probably to an army, right? So I went ahead and saw that there was no expansion, so yeah. Made one round of Zerglings for defense, but I still will see when he moves across the map. All right, so Control 1, not Shift 1, because I don't want to take all these other guys. Alright, and make another round of drones and build our Baneling nest. That is going to be B for this. Now, the Baneling nest is going to be really, really useful for our first round of defense. And what I mean by that is Zerglings are cool, but by themselves can be countered. So Banelings are a good addition to Zerglings. So normally Zerg for defense either goes Banelings or goes Roaches. So for example, if you see a Terran and they're going bio, you would make Banelings. But if they're going mech or tanks and stuff, you would go Roaches. So you want to have the unit that counters the units. But for now, we're not even going to worry about it. For now, we're just going to make Banelings since we're learning one unit at a time, and we can worry about Roaches later. There we go. And make another thing of drones. Let's go ahead and I'm up to that. Alright, so now you can see the Baneling nest is done. So I'm going to need a lair for my Baneling upgrade. L. Now this upgrade will let Banelings move faster off of creep and gives them +5 life, which is going to be very useful. So what I like to do is take my Zerglings and put them at kind of like an angle, so I can just angle my way in. And I get them over here first before turning them into Banelings. Before turning them into Banelings. Let's go ahead and make a macro hatch. Simply because they have less travel time, and Zerglings, especially Speedlings, are faster than Banelings moving across the map. Alright, let's make 2 more Overlords. Not you, come back. Do I really have a queen in there? Get off that. Shift click, Control 1. There we go. So I'm going to hit 1, control Zerglings, E, make them into a bunch of Banelings. And let's get these, and just right-click. So I'm going to right-click to move, because I want to control where they go. They will attack units first, but they do not attack buildings without you specifically clicking them. Alright, there's nothing here, so go attack. And they just roll right through it. Alright, let's go ahead here. Let's see if we can get them into the mineral line. If I can get them into the mineral line, we can do something. And then A-click. You can also manual detonate. So, for example, if I took one little Baneling right here and hit X, I can manually detonate it. Alright, so here, make a bunch more Zerglings. And let's go ahead and expand again. Add that. Go ahead and expand my 4th. So clearly, I can be doing better here. I will do BA for just anti-air, BA, come here, Control 1, go over here.
Mineral field.
Alright, you guys, I just right-click the building to make them go over there. Let's go there. Zerglings, Queen. You get a creep tumor. Make another Queen. And 1 Overlord. A bunch of drones. There. Drone that. There. Alright, let's get back there. Let's do that. Zerglings. Alright, you come here. You guys come here. And more Zerglings. Go attack up. Overlord. And just roll right into him. Alright, come here. Right click, and let's get into that mineral line. Do some massive, massive damage. And then A click. Look at that. Look at that. And now they have no economy, and it's pretty much game over. Yep. So that is pretty much Banelings. And our upgrades was the Speedlings upgrade, the upgrade to turn them into Speedlings, and the upgrade on the Banelings, so that way they can move off creep at a decent speed. Otherwise, they could be really, really slow. Score summary or performance, a little high on the time supply capped, and average unspent resources was high. But yeah, so I've actually played a game where I went nothing but Zerglings and Banelings, just like this. I did have a lot of queens. I added more queens than I did in this game, just for defense, because I saw they were going some air. I think it was against Protoss. I played 2 games against like Protoss or something, and I saw they were going a lot of air, so I put 2 at the start, and then later 3 of the spore crawlers for anti-air, and I had like 2 queens. And later, like I think I had like 2 queens per base plus 3 spore callers, and then I had like a bunch of queens just like going around. So I had like 10 queens, I think 10 to 12 queens, and then a ton of banelings. I was sitting in waves of like 50 to 70 banelings at a time, and just destroying their economy. I destroyed their expansions, and then I just went and destroyed their pylons so they couldn't build stuff. Destroyed more of their probes. So to destroy their economy, and they just kept destroying buildings over and over and over, and they just couldn't keep making stuff. And yeah, they had air, but by the time they actually sent the air to attack, I had my defense on all my buildings, so they couldn't destroy anything without losing their units, and they didn't have enough air to destroy the banelings fast enough before they exploded on something. So you can do a lot with Banelings. And Banelings can be very, very cool. I think this is the 3rd video in the series, and I think we got a lot of information. So really, really, if you're playing Zerg, really work on making sure you get your overlords good, and keep track of each wave of creating stuff, of each wave of larva sets that you keep making. Keep throwing those injects with those queens to keep a good amount of larva. Keep your supply. Try to keep your supply a good bit ahead of your unit production, and if it ever gets close, just make 1 or 2, maybe 3 overlords, and then do the rest of the things, either drones or zerglings, whatever. If you can get this number to almost 0, I think it'd be really good. But with Zerg, it's really important to keep your supply like a good 20 ahead of your actual supply, because if they ever come across the map, you want to be able to max up your army like that. You want to be able to produce your army really, really fast. And that's why you need the queens for the larva injections. That way you have a lot of larva to create a lot of units very quickly. You want to have several hatcheries for even more larva, and a queen on each hatchery for even more larva. And you want to have that supply buffer so that way you can make units like that. It's very, very vital for Zerg. But yeah, be as greedy as possible. Banelings and Zerglings and Queens are pretty much good for a basic defense for the opening. And Banelings and Roaches are interchangeable. It just depends on what you want to do, but we haven't learned about Roaches yet, so I would just practice Banelings for now. And then when you want to, you can just do Roaches instead of Banelings. You usually do one or the other. And keep that scouting stuff going. Where I was placing my Zergling stuff, that's so helpful to know when their armies move across the map, how many expansions they have, and just keeping that map vision and keeping your overlords placed around your base. That way you can see any drop coming in, connecting your creep to your other bases so your units can move around very quickly on your side of the map. Yeah, you can spread creep in the future across the map very quickly with like maybe 2 or 3 queens spreading creep throughout the map. It can be very useful and very effective to give you a lot of vision, but it's very, very APM intensive. And for this level, we're not really worried about that. So, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Like I said, I do have to make this video a bit short, simply because I have to go to work soon. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.